category is Barbie Realness. What's up, doll photographer and storyteller? We're here today to do a little repaint on the Margot Robbie head that comes from the Suicide Squad movie when she was playing Harley Quinn. And the head that I received was a little bit white, so to say, like really pale, not that much makeup. So I thought, let's give her a little retouch. So to begin with, I'm going to use two different type of dry pastel. There is the flat one that I'm going to use for blushing the cheek. Since it's Barbie, I'm going to choose the pink, of course. Before that, I have to remind you that I have already sprayed a layer of varnish. So I'm gonna just take care of the chin, the cheek, and the nose. And the nose, and simply blend it with another brush. I'm gonna add a little bit more of a red-ish, pink-ish tone to add more like a definitions and also like sort of a more blend. Just to make it pop a little bit more. And once again, blend it all. Okay, so this is how it looked like once the blushing is done. For the next step, I'm gonna work on the eyeshadow, and I have those dry pastel that are a bit iridescent, a little bit glowy, if I can say so. So I'm gonna mix the red and pink for the eyeshadow. And of course, I didn't thought of watching how I was recording, so man, it is what it is. But simply I'm taking a small brush and then painting. Oh, you can see a bit more clearly here. It doesn't really matter if you apply the powder on the eyes. You can still use a cotton tip with a little bit of water and just remove that easily. Now I'm going to use a reddish color to make like a different layer, and we call it a dégradé in French. I don't know what's the word in English, but you know, so that it will blend. We have a corner with the pink and the other corner with the red, and there is going to be another color in between because we mixed them both together. Sometimes I kind of like to place the head a little bit upside down so I can have a more inner look what I'm doing, and to make sure that I have been able to get to every corner. And once it's done, once again, I'm going to blend it all. And this is how she look with the eyeshadow done. For the next step, I'm going to focus on the eyeliner and also the eyelashes, because Barbie does have liner and lashes. I like to use a tissue so that it makes my brush a little bit more thinner and more precise. I really should think of putting the camera above the head, like really on the top of the head, because right now you can barely see what I'm doing. Oh, I kind of messed up here, so I'm just gonna use a Q-tip with water and just remove the paint. And this is how she looked like. I kind of like the blue, real light blue eyes that Barbie have, and on the Margot Robbie head that I have here, the blue seems a bit darker, so I'm gonna light it up a little bit more. I just did one eye so you can see the before and after. And this is when the two eyes are made. Okay, so now that we have the eyes and the eyeshadow and the blushing, I'm gonna focus on the lips. I have a nail polish that contains it's small, yeah, like a small glitter in it, and I'm gonna use it for as a gloss and lipstick as well. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to use the resin, like transparent glossy resin, just for the eyes, because I used a layer of varnish, matte varnish, so I don't have a glossy eyes. And I'm just going to apply that on her face, well, on her eyes, just to give them a little bit more shine. Okay, so everything is done. Now that we have the head ready, it's time to put a wig on it. I'm gonna use a PVC glue because I do have the feeling that it kind of stick more on the head, and you know, it's a PVC head, so it's not made of resin, so it kind of make more sense. I make sure that there's no hair on the way before placing the wig on the head. I put it in, press a little bit more, just to make sure that the glue is sticking, and I'm gonna let it dry. Yeah, the bangs looks really good that way. Perfect. Now I'm gonna let it dry. And this is how she look. I put her, of course, in pink clothes. The skirt is made from Atelier Rama and the bag is from Pasiuk Irina. You will have the link in the description if you need it. And here she goes. But I do have that Ryan Gosling from the movie. I don't know what movie it was, but anyway, I do have this Ryan Gosling head. Since I have the Barbie from the Margot with the head sculpt of Margot Robbie, I'm thinking maybe I can just paint this head so it will look a bit more like Ken. So I will have both of them. I mix yellow paint with a lot of white paint, and now I'm just going to apply the first layer, the basic layer that I'm going to need for the hair. Make sure, because the head it's molded hair, so it has some curves here and there, and I make sure that the paint goes in every single places. Once it's done, I'm going to apply a wash with a darker tone. So it's basically brown with ochre yellow in it and a lot of water. So that way we'll just get inside the curve, the deep curve, and it will just add some more volume in it. Once it's dry, I'm gonna use yellow and way more white than I did before for the highlights. So I'm using the dry brush technique. For that, you need a brush, of course, the paint, naturally, and a little piece of paper, whatever the name is. So you just remove the excess of paint that you have so that there's not that much paint left on the brush, and you gently brush it so it will just highlight the hair. And voila, it is done. I have my Barbie and my Ken doll with the using the Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling head. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and you know everything about that already. So thanks again and see you soon.